And good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stanton Salter, along with our odds maker, Keith Fustel, on a beautiful Super Stake Saturday. We'll get to all the action for today. We have 4 stake races, including the Maryland Juvenile Championships for fillies and boys. But we had a big day yesterday. Yeah. The handle was up. Stronach 5 had a good number. They bet a little over $131,000 into that popular national wager. The Stronach 5 started down at Gulfstream Park yesterday. There's the rundown of the Stronach 5 yesterday. It paid big once again, paid over $1,900 with that industry low 12% takeout. You had an $8 winner in the first leg at Gulfstream, Miss Miami, for trainer Eddie Pliza and Irad Ortiz Jr. That horse knocked me out right away in the first leg. I didn't have Miss Miami. Then he had a 1-5 shot here, leg B at Laurel Park. The 4 cashed a lot. 1-5 pays $240, won by a pole. Everybody had that horse. And leg C, I had the 5. The 5 was a Queen Nakia. That was a $3 winner there. And then leg D at Golden Gate Fields, race 3. The 3-horse won it. That was a Wilshire Dude, was 12-1 morning line. That horse paid $10. I didn't have that horse. Then leg E at Gulfstream, you had the $39 horse, the 5, Sweet Story, for trainer Angel Corroz, a 6-year-old mare by Mass Media, paid a big $39.60. So you get a nice payout once again in that Stronach 5. A little tough to have, but if you had it, you got paid over $1,900.
Well, I guess if you took the angle of, hey, I'm going to play this into a pick 3 and go take my shots, those two really short prices,
right,
and work around that, which I think some players just certainly might have done. That horse in the last, we figured take the initiative and go. Stayed on that left lead again, Stan. I mean, didn't want to
cast a lot.
Yeah, and just kept on going. But yeah, all things considered, healthy payout when you've got those really two kind of free squares in the mix.
All right, so that was yesterday. Let's get right to today. We have a nice carryover in the Rainbow Pick 6. There it is, a little over $10,000. Going to start race 4 on the 9-race program. Tim Tulloch, he'll have a ticket for that. You can check it out online, laurelpark.com. Underneath the handicapping section has all of our picks and tickets for today. The website is back up and running. All our picks are there. All the press releases about today's stake races, the information about the $10,000 giving tree. Let's show you the 4 stakes we have today. 2 of my favorite stakes of the year, the $100,000 Maryland Juvenile Championships for the boys and the fillies. Those races are races 6 and 7 today. So I like those races. Then you have a couple tough sprints for Maryland breds, the Politely with Anna's Bandit and Lacitas in there, and then the Howard and Sandra Bender Memorial. They have Taco Supreme in there, Lewisfield, Always Mining, Still Having Fun coming off the layoff. What a race that's going to be.
I like the little stretch of races we've got later on in the card. It could pay really, really well, which I just had a little bit better bankroll taking me into it, Stan. We're going to have to grind it out, but it's pretty contentious races all the way through the latter part.
And
of
the
card.
undercard's pretty good as well. There's a $10,000 giving tree today. You come on out here and you get a gift at the giving tree. Some nice stuff in that $10,000 giving tree. Check that out. That's somewhere on the first floor of the clubhouse. Also, we have the Give a Gift, Get a Gift promotion today. And also you get a free 2020 Maryland Racing calendar. Looking forward to getting next year's calendar, seeing all the stakes winners from this year on the calendar. So the gates are open. First race, 12:25. Let's show you a picture of the main track. We have a perfect, fair, fast racetrack with some nice, cool, crisp weather today. Nice, cool fall weather, low 40s. The sun is out, no rain, good stuff. Let's get right to it here in race 1. Race 1, we kick off the Rolling Super High 5. That has the low 15% takeout. We have it every race with 7 or more horses, so keep your eye on that throughout the day. The Rolling Super High 5 will start in race 1. Also, the popular early pick 5 with that mandatory payout, industry low 12% takeout. Early pick 5 starts in race 1. I have a ticket for both pick 5s today. I have a very affordable $24 ticket for my early pick 5. Let's check that ticket out real quick if we have it. I go 4 deep in race 1. I go with the 1, 4, 5, 6. So maybe I can get a little price here with the 4. Yes Man for Bobby Plummer. Good second last out. Yomar Ortiz will ride. I go 1, 4, 5, 6 here in race 1. My single comes in race 5. That's a nice allowance race for Maryland breds. Going a mile in the 16th. A nice single on the 7. Tap the Mark. Your 9 to 5 morning line favorite. Leading rider Alex Cintron aboard for your leading trainer Claudio Gonzalez. Maryland breds won his last 2 at Parks. He's also a 2-time winner at Laurel Park. So I key on the 7. Tap the Mark for both. My early pick 5. I also key on the 7, Tap the Mark in race 5 to kick off my late pick 5.
Okay.
So let's take a look here at race 1, see if I can get live here in the open. And we're going a flat mile, maiden claiming 16,000 3-year-olds and upward. I go with the 6 on top. Let's start right there. Martin is 2-1 morning line. We have a video from his last race, November 10th, right here at Laurel. Maiden 10 going a mile. Here they are going around the turn.
Yeah, and the key here, this was a first-time gelding on the dirt. Martin runs a big one. They had some, they thought this horse had a little bit of ability early on. Dropped all the way down to the 10, went turf to dirt, second off of a layoff. I like this run right up the inside, better part of the racetrack that afternoon, shifts out to the outside and closes in just to get beat by a nose to Stucco. All in all, very good effort, much improved buyer from that previous dirt try it back as a 2-year-old of 63. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, Stan, if Martin is the favorite in here. Looking back here, Bourbon Stake, I think will end up the favorite. I know there's some early money outside of it. This horse finishes quite well, just nipped at the wire. Stucco's going to get the bob. Tough beat right there,
sure.
I tell you. But, hey, a little protect move back up. And how about Trombetta, Stan? Last 3 years on the dirt, he's 6 for 16, 38%, 11 for 16 in the money. Maiden claimers, third off of a layoff with a positive ROI. Martin, I like right back today. He might even improve off of that. Now going second-time gelding on the dirt. 6, 5, 7, 1. The first are here on the outside. Still, I wonder. Look at those works. Pretty good. Interesting spot for 16. Works 3/4 and 13 and 3.
Right.
We'll see. The Merit, was a 4-time winner. Only foal, I didn't think did a whole lot, but I think Martin's going to be awfully tough.
So yeah, all right. So we both have Martin on top. He's out of that good mare, Sticky, by one of my favorite sires, Lemon Drop Kids. We both have the 6 on top here in race 1. Early pick 4 action starts here in the second race. We're going 6 furlongs, first level allowance condition for Maryland bred, Maryland sired filly mares 3 and up. I go with the 2, My Queen Michelle on top. You have this filly on top as well, a Maryland bred by Dr. and Mrs. Thomas Bowman by Revolutionary, a young Warpath sire. Big good-looking debut win. Had to rally from off the pace in debut against maiden special weight late September. 61 buyer that day, then a good 61 buyer when finishing second against Open other than Allowance Company with a wide rally. Now an easier spot today. The Bug, Victor Rosales, back aboard. Victor is making the most of his opportunities riding for the leading trainer, Claudio Gonzalez. Rosales and Claudio, they're 42% together in a positive ROI. So we both have My Queen Michelle on top.
You think Rosales is going to get Claudio a Christmas present?
He better.
Woo!
The agent better.
Man, I'm telling you. Yeah, just going awesome right now. My Queen Michelle, too, also on that day. We caught a couple horses on the 11th, the 10th, 11th. I mean, outside that day, I think maybe a little bit against the grain of the track. We'll see. But this horse finished up quite well. There's not a lot of true speed in this race. I think you might see her laying a little bit closer this afternoon. 2 really good efforts right out of the box for My Queen Michelle. Shecor, I think she works in here. Back to the state breds. Maybe a little too close. Caught wide early at Charlestown. She's fine at Laurel Park. Her numbers work. A good try in the Maryland Million Disc Staff. Backing up to 6 off of that effort. I think she can draft in a little bit and make a move. Maybe complete your exacta at an okay price along with the 1, Grace Isabella. If you run the 2 Claudios together and they run 1-2, what's this exacta going to pay? $8. Let's go for a little value.
I like Chic Horse, 6-time winner here at Laurel Park. 3rd race back this fall after having a little time off. The 3 we both use as well. 1, 2, 3 go for Claudio. Another closer. Both the Claudio fillies in here are closing sprinters. Ashley Castrenzi, another young jockey making the most riding for Claudio. She's 41% in a positive ROI. Yeah, so Claudio Gonzalez, your leading trainer. He's locked and loaded here in race 2.
Yeah, and Grace Isabella, I think you can use. I think she's definitely better off sprinting. 3/4 distance works. Got caught going a mile last time outside. Backed up off of that. I think she's going to be close up in here, Grace Isabella. The 4 will probably go ahead and send. This is first off the claim for Linda Albert. Going to have to run a little bit quicker. Didn't finish up quite so strong, but eligible to improve in only her 3rd start, and looks like the true speed. I think they're going to try to use that speed to her advantage. The 4 don't baggage check I'll throw underneath as well. I just, I guess if I run those Claudios together, I don't know if I'll do that. I'm going to probably take the 2 over the other horses and hope the other Claudio runs out. We'll see.
All right, so nice undercard daily double to kick things off. Stakes action starts in race 3. The $75,000 Politely Stakes for Maryland-bred, Maryland-sired filly and mares 3 and up. We're going 6 furlongs. We have a heavy favorite in here. Scratch to 2, limited view. That's the only scratch. 5 talented Maryland-bred, Maryland-sired filly and mares here, and you go with the 3 on top, the favorite, 8-5 morning line here on Anna's Bandit. Let's show you her last win in the Maryland Million Distaff. She was coming back in 7 days for this win. This was her 5th win in a row back on Maryland Million Day.
A little sharper. We knew there wasn't going to be a ton of speed, but ends up getting shuffled back at the 3/8 pole. You see the battle up front. My friend Charlie Conjecture going there. It just drops all the way back here, leaving the 3/8 a little bit of a shuffle. But boy, I tell you, X-Man holds his position, stays with her, gets her back to regroup, and is going to be able to make a run to get the job done again. What was that? She's going to go for 6 in a row today. I tell you, what a machine she is. The consummate professional is Anna's Bandit. X-Man knows when to push the button on her. She drops to the inside and is going to get it done here, widening in the Maryland Million Distaff. Yeah, she's going to have to lay a little bit closer maybe again today, because at Las Cetas looks like the true speed. Majestic Reason, they faced off together in the past. I like Majestic Reason back on the 16th to beat Anna's Bandit. Anna's Bandit got her that day. I think she's going to get her again today, but maybe the 3/4 is the key for the 6 Majestic Reason.
I picked Majestic Reason on top for one reason. If she runs that 86 buyer that she ran against Grade 2 company in the Gallant Bloom at Belmont, she can beat Anna's Bandit, right?
Yeah.
If she runs that number. She bounced in the pumpkin pie. What happened up there?
Yeah, I don't know. That was the race Philanthropic just went out and cleared, and nobody else really kind of made a move into it. Segura Road did. But that was it. So you can kind of dismiss that race, I believe, November 9th up at Aqueduct. And once again, she's 4 for 4 at the distance. Is that the edge? Anna's Bandit, is she just a little bit better at 7/8? Is that the key? So, I think Las Cetas is, though, we're going to see. She scratched to come out of the race. She scratched out of the race the other day to go here. I think she's just going to right to the front from the inside. She's going to have to move up, though, from previous tries to beat the 3 or the 6.
All right, it is good to see Majestic Reason has come back with a nice work since that poor outing in the pumpkin pie. So I'm hoping she can bounce back to a big effort. I pick her on top. The 1 Lasitas is going to have something to say about this race. She's a multiple stakes winner here at Laurel Park. She's coming off the layoff. She earned a free entry into the Grade 2 Black-Eyed Susan when she won the Weber City Miss. She won, 3 stakes in a row last spring here at Laurel Park. Her trainer, Katie Voss, a multiple Grade Stakes winning trainer, has this filly working well for the comeback. We caught up with trainer Katie Voss a couple mornings ago talking about her multiple stakes winner, Lasitas.
I think she's doing very well. She needs some time off after the Black-Eyed Susan, so we gave her plenty of time. And, she's doing well. She's breezing well and happy. Yeah, she's done those fairly easy. I had to breeze her Tuesday. The track was still pretty wet, so I told him to stay way out. He was in the 4 path, and she went in 49, handy. Just needs to get a little something because she had a good work last week and the week before. So she was, we thought she was ready to run last week. So Tuesday was just kind of maintenance. I'm not sure. I'm sure she's going to be close to the lead. Whether she's on, there's not nearly as much speed in this race as there was last week. And she could be on the lead or just off of it.
All right, so the race you were referring to that she was entered in last weekend, and you heard Katie saying that they had her ready to run last weekend, but that was an open stake with a much bigger field and had more early speed. This race, a Maryland-bred spot, smaller field, not as much early speed, so it looks like a good spot here for Lasitas. She needs to break sharp from the inside. Toledo knows her. He's been aboard all 6 starts, so he knows this filly and has a bunch of confidence in her. 3-year-old daughter of Seville. She's already made over $226,000, a homebred bred for Manfuso and Vol. So, maybe she gets right to the front and tries to steal it.
Yeah, I mean, she dug in when meeting some bids. In her prior tries, you're going back to the spring. Is she going to be able to handle the type of fillies like an Anderson or a Majestic Reason when they come up, if they can kind of engage her? But, yeah, I think she's going to go right to the front here. It's going to be hard to hold her off the lead. Phantom Shot? Boy, did she run big last time, huh? Cruised up to him. Got a great trip. Got the duel. I don't think she's going to kind of get that setup that she did last time. But, boy, is she a trier.
And Jorge Riaz will ride the 5 Phantom Shot, make the ride of Jorge Riaz. You mentioned Anna's Bandit a machine, and that's a good analogy. She's a machine. She ran twice in October, ran 13 times last year as a 4-year-old. She's run 10 times this year, 8 wins. So you can't really fault the campaign. But how much? How far can the machine go? She has 2 sharp works since her big win in the Maryland Million. So they all have to beat her. Whoever's in front, you can count on Anna's Bandit coming at you.
You got it.
So it's a nice edition of the Politely to kick off the stakes action. Rainbow Pick 6 starts in race 4. Nice carryover today. A little over 10,000 in that 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 carryover. Starts in race 4. There we go. Over 10,000. Tim Tulloch has a ticket for the Pick 6 today. You can study that ticket online, laurelpark.com. Underneath the handicapping section, we'll show it to you this afternoon as well. We're going 6 furlongs here in race 4. A nice second-level allowance condition for 3-year-olds and upward. Optional claiming $35,000. We also kick off the middle Pick 4 in this race. A big late scratch here. Scratch your 8-5 morning line favored to 1 Articulator is out of race 4. So I end up on the 2 Cozy Lover. Cozy Lover was my top pick initially. You get the leading rider, leading jockey here. Cozy Lover, 6-year-old by Not for Love. He's won 2 of his last 3. He's won here at Laurel Park. He loves the distance. He's in top form right now for top connections. 2-4 for me, 4-2 for you on top.
He was able to clear and ride the best part of the racetrack on the 17th of November. Maybe that's why he was bet down as much as he was. I did not think he'd be favored in there. He got bet pretty strong. I think he'll have some company. Uplifting can force the issue. He's pretty quick. So if Toledo wants to go and engage, Cozy Lover will have some company up front. And I think that's going to set it up for one more great time. He just needs to brake better. He's been hampered by some trouble at the brakes his last 2 starts. You see 2 back, a bump at the brake, then caught wide. November 17th against the Articulator race, okay? Squeeze back at the brake. We can show that, right? Do we have that start?
We have it, yep.
We're going to see this again. And this is a horse who's come back strong since being gelded. He showed some talent before, a little bobble to the inside and sandwiched in between horses, and just gives himself too much to make up in this race. It went awfully quick. 81 Beyer on the same day compared to the 87 of Cozy Lover. Once again, Cozy Lover had everything his own way that day. I think one more great time with a cleaner brake and sit just outside the speeds and wear them down. X-Man poised for a big day.
Sure, with Jerry Robb, his main outfit. So, the 4 will be tough. I use that horse in my exacta. We both like the 3 and the 5 as well. Confessor, a nice win last out in a big 10-horse field against open 25,000 claimers, 76 Beyer speed. Figure that was this Freedom Child 3-year-old's 4th win here at Laurel Park. Sheldon Russell back aboard for Carl Duran. A little tougher spot today, but a big win last out for Confessor.
Yep. I liked how he got back on his game last time. I've always liked him sprinting. Had a good little setup last time. Once again, we'll need that help up front.
All right, so we like the same 4 horses there in race 4 to kick off that Pick 6. Let's get a quick commercial break. Nice allowance race for you in race 5 to kick off the late Pick 5. Then we have 3 consecutive stake races 6, 7, and 8. We'll check it out right after this.
We have to take care of these horses that, give us so much joy.
Being accredited by the TAA gives us instant credibility.
People trust us even more than they have before because they know that the TAA has been to all of our locations and that our horses are well cared for.
I mean, this farm wouldn't look the way it is. These horses wouldn't look the way they are if it wasn't for the generosity and the hard work of the Aftercare Alliance.
They've united our whole industry in terms of the aftercare movement.
We're all working together for the same purpose.
All right, welcome back. Let's check out today's late pick 5 starting in race 5. No carryover today, but as always, that industry low, 12% takeout in all the pick 5s here at Laurel Park. Let's check out my ticket, a $40 ticket. I think the stake races 6, 7, and 8 are very tough, competitive fields. Nice job by stakes coordinator Coley Blind and the entire racing office putting together the stakes today. So I use a key horse, my best bet of the day in race 5 to kick things off. The 7, Tap the Mark, for your leading trainer, leading rider. Tap the Mark going to be a popular favorite in race 5. I don't think they beat him. And then race 6, the Maryland Juvenile Filly Championship. I go 5 deep in there. That's all to Lucky Trinity's live at a big price. Project Whiskey, a talented shipper for Butch Reed. Your favorite, Miss J. McKay, she could be a freak. They wanted to run her in the Breeders' Club. And then sticking together, a good second. I use that filly. She was a good second to Hello Beautiful in the Maryland Million. And then Hello Beautiful. How good is this filly? By Golden Lad for Brittany Russell. Sheldon Russell will ride. So I go 5 deep in the Maryland Juvenile Filly Championship. I go 4 deep in the Maryland Juvenile for the boys. I use the 1, 2, 3 in the 5 there. The 2, Laddie Liam's my top pick. But how about Tommy Shelby, a 3-time winner? He's live at a decent price. A big scratch in race 7. Scratch the morning line favored.
Yeah.
The 4, Monday Morning QB at 5-2. Big scratch there in race 7. Then the Howard Bender. I go 4 deep there, 2, 3, 5, 9. They're all tough in there, still having fun, always mining. Taco Supreme just ran a 97 buyer last out. Clubman, he just ran a big number last out, so I'm 4 deep there. Then I don't like the single on maidens. I never like the single on maidens, but it's a nice maiden. It's a maiden 40. It's a nice race. A Whiskey and You probably going to be in front as the favorite with Fergal Lynch aboard. That's good enough for me. I don't think they get by Fergal on the favorite in the finale, so I single there on Whiskey and You.
Have a little whiskey after you hit that thing, right?
Maybe if we can
nice?
get a price, if we can get a little price home here.
There you go.
Let's see. I have the favorite on top here in race 5. This is a nice first level allowance condition for Maryland bred, Maryland sired, a mile in a 16th. And let's check out our picks here.
All right.
Race 5. All right, we both have the 7 on top. We both have a cold 7, 5, 4, 3. Tap the Mark. He's won 2 in a row. He's a 2-time winner here at Laurel Park. Just ran a lifetime best number, 89 up there at Parks. Claudio Gonzalez has this tri-tap 3-year-old in top form right now. And so they all have to be Tap the Mark here in race 5.
Yeah, Tap the Mark. I don't know if he's going to be able to, he's going to have to really kick it in like he did last night. He just kind of drug the rider up to contention. I think Torch of Truth is going to get the jump on him. I do think that coming off the sprint, Torch of Truth will take the measure of Try for Gold. The 4 horse is probably going to go to the front in here. But Torch of Truth last time was caught in a little bit of a predicament behind Tap and Cat coming to the quarter pole. He was boxed in slightly, shifted out, closed up quite well, and off the 7/8 to the 2 turns, and he can handle the 2 turns. I think he's going to be a little bit better position. But, man, the runs that Tap the Mark has been bringing and the finish, he's been so eager to the wire. I just think it's going to be – I think Tap the Mark's going to be able to wear him down. But it's one of these two. And Torch of Truth, he's going from Nest to Trombetta. We'll see. They look like a private sale here because B-Secker is getting rid of everything, right, who had the horse. Four goes at the front, 5 prompts, and I think gets the lead. And then, hey, look in your rearview mirror because Tap the Mark is going to be kind of charging at you from the quarter pole home, I would presume.
All right, yep. So we both have the favorite on top. Tap the Mark, my best bet single to kick off the late pick 5, my single on the early pick 5 as well. All right, back to stakes action here in race 6. The $100,000 Maryland Juvenile Filly Championship for Maryland bred, Maryland sired 2-year-old fillies going 7 furlongs. We kick off the late pick 4 in race 6. Keith, you have a ticket. Let's check it out and see how you play it.
I do, and it's, man, this blows the bank account for me. $40.50. It's Giving Tree Day, right? Maybe some guys can come up and give us some money or something. We'll play some
vouchers at the Giving Tree.
Do they?
I think so.
All right, we'll take a couple. But we're 3s are wild, right? 3 deep all the way through. I think this thing could pay. 4, 6, 8 in the 6th, 7th race. Laddie Liam, Mine Not Mine, is a little bit of a price shot along with Stone Courageous. We're throwing some value into this late pick 4 ticket. 8th race. Don't forget about Lewisfield. Key scratch in here was Showalter and Eastern Bay. They were two of the speeds.
Right.
I think Louisville's just going to go. He's quicker than these if he wants to right off the bat, with Taco Supreme not too far behind. And in the ninth race, 5, 7, and 9. Not completely sold on Whiskey and You. Yeah, he's probably the horse to beat, but you've got a first in here for Gary Capp, maybe taking a little edge, and the Shackled, first-time gelding. Sneaky kind of a horse who took a little bit of play. He could be dangerous, I think, first-time gelding. $40.50. Grab a friend. Maybe if you want to add a couple other horses. Like I said, with the pick 6, the pick 5, the late pick 4, I think, man, hold some value, I would think, here today.
All right, let's see if we can get a price home here in race 6. Two of my favorite stakes of the year, these Maryland Juvenile Championships. Let's see, 1 scratch in race 6, scratch to 2, looking dynamic. Let's start with the 8. You have the 8 on top. Hello, Beautiful.
Yeah.
2-year-old filly by Golden Lad, leading freshman sire in the Mid-Atlantic area. Brittany Russell trains this filly. Her husband, Sheldon Russell, rides. Let's show you what has never been worse than third. She had 2 wins, 2 seconds, and a third from 5 starts. She's made over $100,000. Let's show you her big win October 19th in the Maryland Million Lassie. She gets in front here, turning for home, right? And it's all over.
And how about that? Dueled. I mean, and there was another couple of horses moving to the outside to threaten. But I tell you, Stan, nothing you like to own better than a horse that can run fast, take a little pressure, and keep going. She doesn't quit. Watch her visually through the final 3/16 of a mile. Does she look like a horse that's slowing down? No. Striding out, Sheldon knows her perfectly. She's got a great draw to the outside. She is the speed of the speed in this race. And you might get a little bit of value because of all the talk about Miss J. McKay. Yeah, she's the horse. Was going to go out to the Breeders' Cup. She's going to have to show me a little bit more than she showed in the debut on the dirt. Not saying she can't. She's very talented. Yeah, I love her on the grass sprinting, man. She's got a really bright future ahead of her, certainly sprinting on the grass. But Hello, Beautiful right now. If it ain't broke, you don't have to fix it. I like her today. Perfectly positioned. The way she's finishing at 6, I think the 7 furlongs is well within her reach.
Looks like a very honest filly. A nice work on November 29th, half mile, 49-1. We caught up with trainer Brittany Russell, who's having a big year and a big fall meet. She's 40% winners here at the fall meet. Here's what Russell had to say about her filly, Hello, Beautiful.
That was awesome, Stan. That was just justification, I think, for us a bit because we always liked her, and it's a big thing for a 2-year-old to do it, to win a stake. Anyway, she's done really well since. She hasn't missed a beat. I think she's put on some weight. She's been traveling great in the morning, so we're expecting another big effort. Same thing. She broke from the outside, the Maryland Million. Obviously, we're going 7/8 this time. But she has a lot of natural ability, natural speed. So, if she breaks good, he might go. If something, surprises us and, outfoots her, first couple of jumps, maybe she'll settle off. But we'll leave it up to Sheldon. I think she's versatile. So, we'll leave it up to them.
Well, Brittany said it right. She has talent and early speed, so she can kind of do whatever she wants. Sheldon Russell can probably dictate the early pace here on the outside. He'll have Miss J. McKay in his sights and everybody else, but he'll be looking at the 6, Miss J. McKay. So the 8's going to be tough here. Now, Miss J. McKay, her first couple races, she kind of pressed the pace. Now, it looks like her last couple races, they've wanted her to come from off the pace. So it looks like the favorite, Miss J. McKay, who I pick on top. I picked this filly on top. Look at the works on the dirt. Recent work on the dirt, November 28th, 47-3, a bullet here at Laurel Park. Cal Lynch wanted to take this filly to run her in the Breeders' Cup juvenile sprint on the turf. She was on the AE. She didn't get in, so they didn't take her out there. But she's going to be locked and loaded coming. Hello, Beautiful, probably going to be in front. And I go with the favorite, Miss J. McKay, to run her down in the final strides. But a couple very talented fillies in here. They're not the only two. There's some other nice ones in here. We have a video. Real quick, your thoughts on Miss J. McKay, and then we'll get to Lucky Trinity.
Well, I just think, she's full of talent. You've got the 6 and the 8. They're showing it. Either surface for Miss J. McKay, and certainly the debut, she did what she had to do.
Right.
And obviously, she's got more conditioning under her right now. She can move up off of that dirt try. I don't know if she's quite as fast. Maybe she'll take back and just shift out and try to make a move. I think she can make a sustained run at the 7 furlong distance. But Lucky Trinity, and this is for value purposes as well. Maybe she won't be quite as high as 10. Now we've got the scratch of the 2, but she should be in that 6 to 8 range. She ran awfully big in the Smart Halo.
Halo.
Yeah, let's watch this race. It's November the 16th, the race where Cofactor was able to get it done. Here's the start. A little bumping around at the break, gets herself in a little predicament early, and finds herself about 7 or 8 lengths out of it after a quarter of a mile. So Cofactor that day, we remember that was Bravo, right? On Cofactor, was able to kind of get through to the inside. Once again, that little 5 or 6 day stretch where you wanted to kind of get through. She's inside, angles out. Lucky Trinity out 5, 6, 7 wide is the comment here at the 3/16 pole, but finishes up quite well. Looks like she's going to get it done, but the wide trip took enough out of her there. I think 7 furlongs works for her. A good closing debut against the next out winner who ran a big number. I think this horse works, no doubt about it,
Yeah.
and holds value in your exacta.
Gets the leading rider Centron aboard for Claudio Cofactor. That's a filly by the Factor.
Yes.
She's a pretty nice filly. So Lucky Trinity's tough. How about this Butch Reed, a shipper from Parks, Project Whiskey, Frankie Pennington coming down to ride this filly by Tapazar. She's won 2 in a row. She's a stakes winner, 69 buyer last out with that stakes win up there at Parks.
No doubt. Moving the right direction. Obviously, looks like she's had talent all the way through. Cash is king. They don't ship unless they think they've got a big shot, right? Great outfit. They've done quite well. Seasoned at the 7-8. It's a gritty effort to win. The horse came back to run a 63 next out, Fly on Angel, when winning in the slop. So I think she's going to have to move up a little bit more. But once again, she's showing ability and proven at this distance.
All right, so 8 talented Maryland-bred, Maryland-sired fillies there, 2-year-old fillies in the Juvenile Filly Championship. Let's turn the page. Race 7 kicks off the final pick 3, the $100,000 Maryland Juvenile Fraternity for boys, 7 furlongs. Let's see. Big scratch here in race 7. Scratch your morning line favorite. The 4 Monday morning quarterback is out. And also scratch a couple long shots, the 7 literally, and the 9 the Quantico Kid. So a 6-horse field. Let's start with the 2. Laddie Liam's going to be a popular favorite here with the scratch of the 4. We have the video of his last race, November 14th, going a mile against Allowance Company. Big win with a big 75 buyer this day.
Yeah, and I figured he'd be a little bit closer mid-turn, and he was. And he was up close for about the first quarter of a mile and just kind of drafted back to be about 6 or 7 lengths out of it. He's able to kind of maneuver his way between horses, Sheldon, with a crafty ride there, shifts to the outside, and watch this final quarter of a mile run for Laddie Liam. Big, kind of reminded me of that final quarter on September 20th sprinting. He just keeps charging here and stays straight and true to get up by a length. Now, do I want to see him drafting back about 5 or 6 out of it around the turn at 7 furlongs, Dan? I don't know, but I like the finish that he brings. A little bit of speed comes out of this race with Monday morning quarterback. This is a shorter field, a field of 6, closely matched. You don't want to give up too much here around the turn because there's not a lot of true speed. So the 3 Raging Whiskey and the 5 Serve Back in Black, they could carry it a little bit further, and they were both against the grain of the racetrack on the 16th. I think this is a really tough race. Stone Courageous, this is the race Hammy's been pointing towards, I'm sure. I'm forgiving the last race. This is going to be third-time blinkers. He got the better of Laddie Liam in the Maryland Million Nursery. Don't you think that he can't bounce back? You know, especially he was against it on that day last time out. He was called 4 or 5 wide. He'll bounce back with a better effort.
Yeah, you have to respect him, but how about the horse that beat him last time? Tommy Shelby, a very honest 2-year-old by Super 99 for trainer Henry Walters, the only 3-time winner in the race. You get a Top Gun Julian Pimentel aboard. I never liked the 1-hole going 7 furlongs, but this horse, a talented closing sprinter, had a nice win against Allowance Company last out, a second against Stakes Company at Delaware, 4th in the Maryland Million Nursery. So Tommy Shelby, a very honest 2-year-old, never been off the board in 5 starts for trainer Henry Walters.
No, but I mean, yeah, you love the owner horse like that. He just brings his race every time, but he's going to have to. He's going to have to take a little bit of a step up if he's going to be able to beat a couple of these horses.
How about the Richard Vega 2-year-old by Golden Lad here? Serve Back in Blacks, run 2 big races right here at Laurel Park. Angel Castillo rides for Vega.
Yeah, he and the 3, Raging Whiskey. They exit the James F. Lewis. They weren't able to get the lead. I think Raging Whiskey, with the blinkers on 3 starts ago, was able to dictate. These 2 are going to get the comfortable flow up front. I mean, they could get away a long, long way in this race. I'll toss in the 6 as well here for Claudio. But man, if I could hit the all button, this is the one race I really wish I could in race 7. I'm not super confident in any of these as a slam dunk winner.
They're all nice.
They are.
Nice.
They are.
6 nice Maryland bred, Maryland sired 2-year-olds here in the juvenile fraternity. Let's turn the page. One more stake race. Race 8 kicks off the late double. 6 furlongs, $75,000 Howard and Sandra Bender Memorial for 3-year-olds and upward. Maryland sired, Maryland bred. I go with the 5 on top here. Taco Supreme ran lights out last out on Maryland Million Day. Let's show you that video in the Maryland Million sprint. He had to break from the 1 hole. All right.
Yeah.
Breaks okay. Doesn't get to the front. Breaks okay.
Well, watch this though, Stan. He's pretty keen. He's gonna go up towards ooh, no. We're gonna have to ease back. And I tell you, he gave up a couple lengths right there.
Sure.
But man, Sheldon once again did not panic. Okay, got this horse. Regroup, settled, kind of moves within himself. You see a little bit of nudging there, but watch this when he just gives him a skew a little bit. He starts dragging him up to contention. Just say, okay, let me get my attention here. I'm ready to go. Look at the ears pricked. We're going to shift outside about 5 or 6 wide. And boy, does he level off nicely through the final 3/16 of a mile. And the key here, lifetime best, 97, awfully top fake. Last time he did that, he was not able to kind of come back to that. But, hey, I think he can run somewhere around a lower 90 again. Fine form. Damon does the right thing, gives him that perfect little break. Look at him to the wire. What a job they've done, the whole team.
Look at that time. Look at that time, 1:08.4. That's a serious time. I like what they've done as well since that lifetime best number. They gave him a little over 30 days. They gave him a sharp half-mile work, November 27th, 47-4. That was a bullet, fastest of 18. This barn, 24% in a positive ROI when they give horses 31 to 60 days off in between races. So I think they've done I think they did the right thing with Taco Supreme. I think the connections of Lewisfield did the wrong thing by going in that fabulous strike up at Penn National, 8-1. You should have just waited for this race, and now you're running right back in 10 days off a negative effort. I don't use the 4 Lewisfield. I think they do the right thing here with Taco Supreme. He should be fresh and ready to roll here with Sheldon Russell.
I toss in Lewisfield just so that these other horses come out, Showalter, Eastern Bay. Listen, Lewisfield, he's run a clunker before and come back, but you're right. He's coming back quick.
10 days.
He has a turn of foot. I think he's going to be best if he just goes ahead and tries to get the lead, grab the inside. If the inside's good, it could carry him quite a ways in here.
You go to the outside.
I go outside. My old buddy Clubman, who owes me no money whatsoever. It's one of these two. I'll key around. But Clubman's a horse. He has paired up big races. Okay, I know he can do that. He's going to get okay flow, not the flow that I thought he was going to get with a couple of these scratches, but he'll fire home and bring another big effort. But one of these two for me in the Howard and Sandra Bender. Yeah, we haven't even talked about still having fun.
Grade 2 winner.
Grade 2 winner. Reported first time gelding, correct, coming off the layoff. 3 for 7 at Laurel. Has faced absolute killers. Yep. Is he going to be able to bring it right back? Last couple years, Tim Keefe, he's 0 for 11 with 180-day plus layoffs sprinting on the dirt. That concerns me for him, whether he's going to be able to get up in time. And always mining, man, what a year he had in 18 and carried it into 19. Is he a 6 furlong horse? Or is this to set him up for things to come? Yep. That's the question marks for those two.
Well, still having fun. I'm looking forward to seeing him run. Looks like they're just trying to give Always Mining a positive race, get him back in good form, have him have a good finish. I think he'll be coming late to get a piece of it. So a talented edition of the Howard and Sandra Bender Memorial for Maryland bred, Maryland sired sprinters. One more race here, race 9. We're almost out of time, but it's a nice maiden, 40,000 for 2-year-olds going 5.5. I go with the favorite on top, Whiskey and You, a good third last out against maiden special weight. Quinella in the last race, last live race. Every racing day we have that 10% takeout Quinella. It's like an exacta box, but it's a Quinella. Last live race every racing day. So a nice close race here in race 9. I go with the favorite on top, Whiskey and You. A good third last out against Maiden Special Weight. This spot today might be a little easier, and we don't have to go 6 furlongs. Only 5.5 with Fergal aboard. Fergal's gotten 2 big runs out of this horse, so I go with the favorite, Whiskey and You, on top.
He's going to have to deal with the one fight ran awfully big last time, and after getting loose pre-race showed really sharp speed, took some play in there. The one goes ahead and saying, I think they get tangled up. DeShackled, I'll take a shot. Close sprinting on the turf 2 races back. Last time, toss it out. You see the short comment, 5 wide, fell back east. Now we're coming back, a different horse. First time gelding with some positive works. Yeah, I think he's the upset user in here, along with the 7, Rock the Comet for Gary Kapp and Victor Rosales.
Yeah, I like the 9. I like Shackelford as a stallion. I like what Hammy Smith did here. Good horsemanship here. The horse ran bad. You see the comment line. He was eased. He doesn't run right back. He waits a little over 30 days. Couple nice, useful works on the form. He's a first-time gelding, so it looks like they've done everything right here with the Shackled.
He's bred to be a good horse. Paid a lot of money for him, right? He's half to an 11-time winner that made $420,000. Another 13-time winner that made, $150,000. But this is it. If he doesn't show something today, I'd be awfully concerned.
Yep. All right, so that's it. We're out of time. 4 big stake races today. Nice carryover in that Rainbow Pick 6 starting race 4. That's over 10,000. Don't sleep on that. Dave Robbins coming up next with scratches and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.